Hi, my name is Charles Budd, and thank you for volunteering to help me with my Eagle project. Uh, I'll be using the EDGE method to demonstrate how to use or how to create a child-sized mask, which we need to make about 300 of these, and we're going to be donating them to the Chelsea School District for younger kids if we ever do go back to school. For this step, all you need are 2 pieces of fabric with dimensions of 5 inches by 7 inches. And you place them front facing, like, what word?
Front edges together. Doesn't matter.
Front sides together, front faces together.
Yeah.
Place them with the front faces together and make sure that they are lined up on the sides. While sewing, we're going to be doing 1/4 inch seams on both the long and short edges, and we're going to go all around. And always make sure to backstitch after going down a side and starting a side actually. On one side, we're going to be leaving about a business card size hole so that we can reach in and turn the mask inside out, which will allow for this fabric, the front, to be on the outside. And all you do for that is you just stick the business card in here and sew, and then stop here, backstitch, skip over, sew and backstitch, sew and backstitch. First we're going to sew the long edges, and then we are going to pin these lengths of yarn in and sew them into the fabric. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start by sewing slowly forward, or at least I'm sure that everyone has their own preferred method, but the fastest way to do this would actually be to chain stitch, which is as soon as I go down and I finish this edge, and I backstitch at the end, then I would immediately slide in another one and just continue this same assembly line for any number of masks. Alright, the next step is to place the yarn on the inside, what is now the inside of the mask, it'll change later, and pin it in place using something like one of these. And so you make sure that they're facing inwards, and also they're in as far into the corner as you can make them with the seam right there. So you just pin them. And so to determine which side is the top and which is the bottom, you need to make sure that you have 2 short pieces of yarn, one of which is already in here, and both of these will go on the same side, and both of the long pieces will go down here, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might want to even after you pin them, take out the demo mask and explain why.
Okay.
Like that the long ones go over the ear and help it be adjustable.
Do you need me to hold it up when I do it?
You're doing just fine.
It's always a good idea to trim as you go so you don't have to stop in the middle of a step to trim away loose pieces of thread. Alright, now that this is done, we're ready to sew the short edges. So it's a little difficult to get over the needle and the lump left by the yarn sometimes. So it's kind of good to start almost on top of it, of the needle. And then make sure to backstitch again. And then sometimes you kind of need to pull it along so that I can make it over the next needle. And then on the next side, we're going to use the business card to make a hole. So all you have to do, just take this business card or any business card and slide it in here, leave it about halfway so that you can still see it and grab it out. Smart. Edit that out for sure. And then skip over the business card. And then bring it back down. Go forward, backwards, forward, backwards. And that's that. And then there will be some loose thread on either side that you'll just need to clip after this step. Easy enough. Take this out. And then remove the pins. Just clip any threads you find that are super long. And then, this is where we make use of this opening here. So you reach in, and I like to grab kind of like the corners and gently, so we don't rip anything, work on flipping it inside out. And then once you've done like most of it, you can just grab the yarn and pull it to help straighten everything out. Let's see, there's the other piece. Alright, so this here is an almost finished step 1. So one important part when you're going to iron this piece flat after sewing it is this hole that you just used to flip it inside out. Make sure you tuck the edges inside to create a flat line, that looks as if it was sewn, just like this other side. That way, when you iron it, it'll force these pieces to be folded so that you won't have any like messy bits on your mask. And then just make sure everything is pulled out to where it needs to be. It's easy enough to just flatten everything. Make sure you get all pieces of the fabric. You don't have to go along the yarn, just the fabric. And then, because I hadn't ironed it yet. So in this case, the fabric doesn't really have like a right side up or a right side down, but some fabrics that you guys might use will like always, I don't know, maybe Snoopy will always be facing this way. So that would mean that you would have to put the bottom here. In this case, it doesn't matter because it's just random, I think. So these long pieces determine where the top is. These are always on top because of how the adjustable ear loops work. So you fit them over the ear, right? And then you slide them. You slide this knot in the short piece along the long piece. That allows for big ears, small ears, or whatever. Just different sized people. So this is a completed step 1, and I have completed the first 2 parts of the edge method, which is to explain and to demonstrate. And I hope that I won't be able to physically guide you because of coronavirus restrictions. So I hope that you're able to use this video to help you figure out how to do it on your own, and that will enable you to, do it by yourself. And thank you again for helping me with my Eagle project.